My beauty story look of the day. Stay tuned. Happy Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. Welcome. My name is Amanda Hall, and I am actually a personal stylist, and I am so excited. Spring is only a few days away, and I'm excited for all the spring makeup trends and spring fashion trends. As we move into a new season, I am excited here. We've got a new setup here. Mondays are going to be my beauty story Mondays, and Fridays are going to be my style story. And Wednesdays are the Dress with Purpose podcast. So I have lots of exciting things coming for spring, and I can't wait to share that with you. So for today's beauty story, I am going to be trying a few new products to me, as well as some tried and true holy grails and a few little sprinkles in of some new products that I'm still playing with. So let's create today's beauty story. All right, so I've moved in a little closer. Today we are going to start off, I'm going to start off with the under eyes, and I am going to play with this Makeup Revolution color corrector. I've been playing with this a little bit. I want to play some more with this. If you didn't see my Makeup Revolution full face of, I'll put the card somewhere up there. And I have been liking this so far, so I want to play with this. We're also going to use the NYX Bear With Me concealer, and then we're going to set it with the e.l.f. Halo Translucent Powder. So let's get started. Now, the thing I like about this Makeup Revolution, and I'm going to use a flat Sigma brush. This is the E55, I believe, is that it actually does a really nice job of covering up those under eye circles. And so I'm just going to put a little bit in here, just where I have the most discoloration. And then I'm just going to kind of pat that in a little bit. And then I'm going to go in with my finger and just kind of give that a good press in. Now you'll notice I'm using my ring finger to kind of press this in. And that is because that is the gentlest of muscles in our fingers. So you can see how that just really kind of covered up that area. It is a great base I have found so far. I've used it under several different concealers. And so we're going to use, as you can see, this is very, very dirty, but this is the NYX Bear With Me concealer. And the shade, I believe it's vanilla. And so we're just going to give that a little pump. I just put a little bit on my fingers, and I'm just going to give that a bit of pat. And then we're going to go in, and I'm going to start kind of in this inner corner, press, and then I'm going to go out here a little bit and then just kind of start working that in with my finger. I like using a brush as well, but I'm finding that using my fingers lately has been helping the product to hold a little longer. And I've been seeing a little less creasing. Could be the corrector. But so there is the concealer. I'm playing with my lighting a little bit, so I'd love to hear if you think the lighting is a little bit better, if you're seeing a little bit better close up. Okay, now let's go ahead. And I got the new Morphe foundation. I picked it up at Ulta the other day when I was in there. And at the time, they were running a special where you got the brush free with the purchase of the foundation. So I'm going to use this brush. It's a dual-ended brush. I am not a big fan of dual-ended brushes, but Well, we're gonna use this today since it came with it, and we're gonna play and see. I'm gonna try to use this also with my contour for my nose. So you can see it's actually, you know, Morphe brushes are very, very soft. I have loved my Morphe brushes. I have the Ariel collection, and I have some smattering of some of their random brushes, but we'll give this a try today. And I ordered this. This is the Morphe Lightform Extended Hydration Foundation. And here is what it says. Bring your best skin to light. This weightless, long wearing formula floats on to diffuse imperfections instantly with undetectable buildable medium coverage with a hydro relief complex. Works to improve and maintain skin's moisture balance and barrier function over time. Clinically proven to hydrate for up to 16 hours. That's good for us dry skin girlies. Lightform leaves skin with a lasting natural radiance that glows from within. Its other claims are it's clinically proven to improve skin radius after 1 week of use, improve skin hydration after 1 week of use, improve skin barrier function after 1 week of use. And their little disclaimer is based on an independent consumer study of 32 subjects after 1 week use. So those are some pretty decent claims. Again, I got this in the color medium 10C. So this is medium with pink undertones. So let's open her up and see what we've got here. I haven't seen a ton of the beauty influencers that I follow talk much about this foundation. I know Morphe has kind of had, you know, some different things going on with it over the years. But look at this gorgeous bottle. And that's so pretty. It's glass, so it feels nice. I believe it's $20, which is what the Performer About Face is. It seems that even for drugstore pricings of foundations recently, we're starting to see that price go up as well. So I think sometimes we can find when, like, say Sephora or Ulta are having their beauty sales, that we can get even high-end makeup for that 20 to 25 price range. So let's go ahead and give her a try. We got a nice pump, which is what I like. So I'm going to go ahead and put this, actually I think I'm going to put this on the back of my hand today. Let's give it a few pumps here to get it all in there. Okay, so it has, you know, it's not a super liquidy foundation, but it definitely has that hydrating feel. This is the foundation brush, so we're going to go ahead and try to, ooh, wow, look at that coverage. Oh my goodness. Wow, do you see that? Here, let me get this on one side of my face, and then I'm going to see how it looks compared to the other side. I prefer a medium coverage to a light coverage, because I really don't mind my freckles showing through too much. It is, my skin is what it is, and so I don't mind that too much. But let's go ahead and, wow, you can see. So this is with the Morphe foundation. This is without. Wow. I'm pretty impressed. All right, I'm going to do one more pump, and let's go ahead and put this on this side. I am really impressed. It feels very lightweight. It has a very nice coverage, especially if you're, you know, like me and like that, you know, light to medium buildable foundation. I do like a full coverage foundation for special occasions and stuff, but those tend to be a little more drying for me. on the skin than, because they're made to be long wear. So they have their little dryer, but oh my gosh, I'm extremely impressed. You can see it's got a very pretty radiance to it. I mean, it's going great with that NYX Vanilla concealer I have on. The brush is really nice. It's got a good density for getting, but it's soft enough that it doesn't, uh-oh. I mean, I am super impressed with this. Super impressed. We'll see how it wears. We'll see how it holds up. Look at the end of the month when I'm talking about the different products I tried during the last few months. But this might be something that works its way into kind of a daily routine. Now I'm going to go ahead and set my under eyes, and I'm going to use my Nikki LaRose N14 brush, but I'm just going to go ahead and just press in to make sure that I give it any assistance I can for creasing. And so I'm going to use my Nikki LaRose. We're just going to use the e.l.f. Halo Glow. And I'm just getting the powder dispersed evenly on my brush. We're just going to go ahead and do a light tap. Some of the tricks that I have been learning about using brushes, and I think I'm going to do a video. Let me know if you guys would be interested in a video talking about tools, about brushes and the different types of brushes, and how to hold them, use them. I have found that the further away that I hold the brush, the lighter the touch I have. So that is why, you know, I don't want to pack on a ton of product underneath my eyes, but I do want to get a little bit under there. So tap off the brush and then rub it into my hand to kind of get the powder evenly dispersed. And then just lightly tap that underneath the eye. So you can see how that. All right, so wow, I'm pretty excited about this base. It just really looks good. Nice job, Morphe. So far, so good with that. Now let's go ahead into, I'm going to do my eyebrows next. And one of the products that didn't come in for my full face of Makeup Revolution video was this fluffy brow duo. Now they do not have a lot of shades of this available. I picked up the dark brown, which looked the coolest in temperature. Now, let me go ahead and read to you what this says, because it is a pencil and gel in one, kind of like the Maybelline. It says, first create your perfect shape with our Ultra Control angled pencil, then set your brows in place with the ultimate whole brow gel. Simple application, amazing results, no brow tech needed. So let's give her a try. They always make these so difficult to get into. So I saw this eyebrow pencil, and a few of the beauty influencers I follow talk about this Dominique Cosmetics, very interesting shaped brow pencil. And I thought this might be a good dupe for that. It's by Dominique Cosmetics. Here, let me push it up a little bit more so you can see. I mean, it just has this very interesting shape. Looks like you can do some fine hair strokes. And then on the other end, it has the gel brush. So now this may be a little dark for me, but we're going to go ahead and play and see. Let me switch my mirror around to the heavily yeah, so this I mean, it's going on very easily. Let's see here. I'm going to give myself a little bit of a line to work with here. I'm using the lightest touch possible. I mean, I would say this is more black than it is dark brown. Well, I guess dark brown. It definitely is cooler in tone. It does not have that warmth, which is good for me because I do not have a lot of warmth in my hair color. But wow, this is really nice. I like how it's very creamy. It can do precise hair strokes, but it can also fill in if that's what you're needing. It's an interesting pencil shape. I think I'm gonna have to play with it a little bit more to see, but I mean, I'm liking it so far.
Storyblocks Audio.
What do you think? So there's with, without. Now let's go and do this other eye. I mean, I can get feather strokes, as you can see. It does give me a good feather. I do need a little help down here. So draw myself a little bit of a brow in there.
Storyblocks Audio.
So you can do feathery strokes. And then get myself a little bit more definition up here. And then let's go ahead and get it filled in. Eyebrows seem to always take the longest time to do, especially for like me, who has very sparse brows. You know, I had my eyebrows microbladed probably about 3 or 4 years ago now, and I lost a lot of hair from it. So the purpose of getting it done kind of defeated itself. So I'm just going to put that back down. Now I wonder if that is going to, that'll be interesting shape there. I am going to use a spoolie and just give these a brush up, and then we'll put the gel on. Give these a brush up and then put the gel on. I mean, that's definitely a dark color. If you have darker hair, darker brown hair and you're like the cool undertones, I think this will be a great product for you. Just gonna clean this up a little bit now that we spoolied. Okay, so now let's go ahead and give the gel a try. I mean, it really doesn't feel like anything's going on. Okay, I feel a little bit here that it's going on. So we'll see how this holds. I mean, the only thing I can see is it probably should have waited a little longer, but you can tell it was a clear brush, and it has definitely picked up some of the color of the product. So I might not use this gel again. I will definitely play some more with this eyebrow pencil. Again, I don't mind a darker eyebrow. It doesn't bother me that much. Because I like to do a more glam eye. And so I really like my eyes to kind of frame everything else. So there we go. We got the eyebrows on, and then we're just going to use 2 of my go-to tried and true bronzing products or contour products. And that's Laguna Beach in the ColourPop bronzing stick. and then the Contour Duo from Essence to kind of go over top of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this drawn on. I mean, this product is so creamy. And again, I don't use high-end products, but I follow people who do use high-end products. And not a lot of people have tried this, which is one of the influencers that I really, really love and like to follow. Her name is Jen Phelps. She does a fantastic job of finding affordable dupes for comparing things. But if you're looking for a good, cool toned contour bronzer, I love this. And this is the Laguna Beach by ColourPop. I am going to use my Sigma F85 brush to go ahead and just blend this into the skin. We're just going to use patting motions. So if you follow any other beauty influencers, you'll notice that they wear that bubble headband. And I was having some issue with my hair, not wanting to stay in my clips this morning. So I'm like, oh, well, that bubble braid is not, the bubble headband is not something that I like the shape of on me, but I figure I just put my hair back in a headband and pull it off my face to give a little bit better look. So you notice I contoured out those jowls, and then, but it gives just a nice, it just gives a nice color to the skin that I really like. It wears well all day. It doesn't fade on me, which is nice. Again, I set it with a powder, but I've got several on backup because that's how much this is a holy grail product to me. And if they ever decide to get rid of this, I would be very, very sad. So that's why I have backups. So that is that. So let me go ahead and let me do the nose, and I'll do that with this other end of this new Morphe brush that I picked up. Now this isn't as firm as I probably would normally use. I'm probably just gonna do this, go in with my finger, might be easier. Which is why I don't usually like dual-ended brushes, is because one, I like to stick my brushes in a cup to hold them. Just use a little bit of this. To hold them, I stick them in brush holders. And so that's why I kind of don't like dual end brushes, because they just get ruined on one end if you do it that way. All right, so there is that. Let me go ahead and get on some bronzer, and I'm going to use my Sigma F40, F50 brush, large powder brush. Who knows what that number is? I don't want to put my glasses on, but you can see this is well loved and used, and I just go between the two, favoring the lighter side a little bit more, and we'll just get this sit down. And I don't use very much. So there we are, contoured, bronzed, all the things. So now let me go ahead and put my blush on. I'm going to use the new Juvia's Place blush lighter. And I believe this, I will look at this one because this is one of my favorite colors. I think it's Pink Lily. Lily Glow. Blushed Lily Glow. I always mess that up. It's Pink Lady. This is Blushed Lily. I'm going to go ahead and use this on my cheeks. And remember, this is one of these ones that you just need the tiniest of product. And you'll see I got that. I mean, that's like all I'm going to use for my cheeks. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Energy Angled kabuki brush that I got off of Amazon. We're just gonna give this a good going over. And I'm just gonna pop that on to the skin. These are so, so pretty. I just can't get over how amazing these are. And these have definitely and quickly moved into being holy grails for me. When I'm not doing my face on camera, they are the blushes that I use. They were the blushes that I used, the matte formulas. I love those. I use those a lot before I started filming. And so they are definitely a great product. They hold well. They last all day long. They're just great. I love glow to my skin, especially since I have dry skin. I love having a good glow to kind of make up for the dullness of my very extremely dry, mature skin. So I'm just going to brush on the lightest bit of this Dulce Pink Milani Baked blush just to give this even a little more glow. But you can see I just used the tiniest amount, dust it off. You can see the brush just to kind of add a little more glow. I'm all about the glow. I'm all about the glam, all about the glow. So we got that on. Now we are going to try the Morphe palette. I was at Target the other day and I was like, oh, since I had picked up the Morphe foundation, I thought, oh, well, let me give you a try to their eyeshadows. And this is the Morphe 2. This says Ready in 5 eyeshadow palette. I believe that's the color. It says it easy blends, limitless look. Create eye vibes ready to go to places with 5 tonal buildable shades in matte and shimmer finishes. So I believe this one is called New York Minute. Let's see here. New York Minute. And this is more their mauve color story. And again, I got this at Target. So it's not super impressive packaging. I think it was $7. And I think I had a 20% off coupon for Morphe at Target. So here are the colors. This is actually it looks more mauve on the box. It definitely looks more mauve on the box, but it definitely is more, it definitely is not that same color as it is on the box, which is a little disappointing. But we'll see how it puts onto the eyes. I definitely like a mauve eyeshadow. That is most of the time the colors that I wear. Let me go ahead and give these a swatch so that you can see what these look like. All right, so here are the first 4. Yeah, not super impressed with how these are swatching. Let's see here. This is this shade. Yeah, not super impressed so far. And then let's see, let's get this dark brown. Just going with my thumb. All right, so there are, let's see, you can see the color swatches on there. They're patchy. They didn't come out very pigmented, at least on the swatch on my arm. So we'll see how they go on my eyes. All right, so this is a little disappointing, but we're gonna make it work. We're gonna use all Sigma eyeshadow brushes. I'm gonna start off with the E38 Diffused Crease. And I think I am just gonna go in with this color in the crease. There's definitely a lot of fallout. And I tapped off. Oh, it's pretty pigmented though. I did not put on any eyeshadow primer because I wanted to see how this works without a primer to see how it holds during the day. I mean, that's not terrible, but it seems a little patchy here. Let's see if I can. And again, with no primer on here, you would think even with a primer it would go on, maybe go on patchy if the primer hasn't had a chance to set down and kind of sink into the skin. I mean, but I don't know if you can see that it seems to be a little patchy. It doesn't seem to be giving a full... I mean, it's not terrible. It blends super easy. It just... a patchy blend is not the ultimate, at least in my opinion. Okay, so then I think I'm going to use the dark brown to just deepen up the outer corner. I was hoping for more of a spring look, that this would be a little more mauve-y, but it doesn't look like that is how this one is going to go, which is a little disappointing. I probably am being a little more judgy on this palette because I was expecting it to be a little more mauve in its color palette, which is disappointing me because I was hoping to do a spring look and this is not really springy. It's a good neutral look. I will say this darker color is still going on a little patchy. It's not totally smooth. I mean, I can make it work. So it's not terrible. Again, this was just not the color story I was hoping for. So I'm probably a little more disappointed because of that. Let me go ahead and I'm going to use, I think I'm going to go ahead and use my finger to, I'm going to use this color right here. That's pretty. It's very subtle. If you know me or if this is your first video, I definitely like a lot of glam to my eye. So I like things to kind of be bold. I say kind of. I like my eyes to be bold and to stand out. So this is very subtle. If you like that subtle look, this is definitely a pretty color and definitely gives you that subtle look for sure. I think I'm going to go ahead and use my pencil brush from Sigma and I'll just put a little bit of this lighter color in the tear duct. I don't want to go underneath my eye to give a really smoky look because I wanted this to be a more springtime look. So I'm not going to use any colors. I might use this color under my eyes. We'll see. But for right now, let's just get this on. This is a nice gold color in the center. Again, I mean, it is giving a nice pop lightness, which I like. Get that up in the brow bone. I mean, I can't stop looking at the blush. I just love the glow that gives. At least that's making up for my disappointment in the color of this palette. All right, so I'm going to use that crease, the diffuser, and I'm going to go in just a little bit. I'm just going to put a little bit on and run that in my lower lash line area just to kind of pull this all together. Again, I was hoping for a little bit more mauve look, and so I'm a little bit disappointed in how this is turning out. But this sometimes happens. and better me than you. When you go to, if you were thinking about buying this palette because you saw it in Target, and you saw, oh, it's a pretty mauve story, you know, mauve color story, just know it is not mauve. It's not the picture it shows on the box. So we go ahead and even that, you can see it went patchy on the lower lash line. It settled way more in. It's a little harder to blend on the lower lash line where I actually have product underneath my eyes. So not super excited about this. Again, you know, we made it work. I just am not, I was really hoping for this color story, whereas it looks more mauve and purple versus this color story, which is definitely way, way more neutral. It definitely does not have any of those mauve tones at all, as you can tell. So we made it work. So that is the eye look. Let me go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and put my bottom lash on, and I'm just going to use, forgot to bring it out here. So I'm just going to use my little Fenty Hella Thick mini eyelash mascara. And then I got a little bit extra there, so I'm going to wait for this to dry down and then I'll kind of brush that off. I really like this Hella Thick underneath the for the bottom lashes. I will, as we get closer to summer, I will probably not be wearing my lash extensions anymore. I live around water on a lake, and so as we are out in the water, it's not as easy to keep the eyelashes intact. So I will be playing a lot with different false lashes, which I love, and have used before I started getting lash extensions. So here is the look. I'm going to go do my hair and get dressed, and then I'll come back and put the lipstick on and talk about the products. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Hair's done, jewelry's on, all put together. Let's finish off the lips, and I am going to use the Maybelline Vinyl Ink in their most recent color launches, and this is 160 Sultry. And with these, you just got to give them a really good shake. Now let's just go ahead and get this on, and then I'll let that dry down a little bit. And then we'll put on this Morphe DripGlass. I have not tried this yet, but it's just got this really pretty kind of shimmer to it. You can see that. So we'll give this a second to set down, but let's go ahead and talk about the makeup. I am loving so far this Morphe foundation. I mean, I just think it looks so pretty on the skin. Again, I've finished curling my hair, so it's been a little bit, so it's had time to settle in, but I think it actually looks really, really nice on the skin. So I'm definitely going to be playing with this, but definitely am really, really, really liking this so far. First impressions, if you got dry, mature skin, here's what it looks like. I am pretty impressed. Of course, we have my go-to, you know, I have the NYX Bear With Me concealer in vanilla, and then I set the under eyes with the e.l.f. Halo Glow in light. So these two are tried and true. I've used them multiple occasions, and so these are great products and fully, highly recommend them. So that is the under eye. Of course, the Makeup Revolution Pot Concealer. I have been playing with this so far. I think it does a good job of getting in and covering up some of those dark circles. So I'm pleased with this. Still will be playing with this. This is definitely a newer product to me. So still need a little more time to gather my final thoughts on that, but I am liking that a lot. Let's talk about the rest of the face stuff. I've got my contours, which are my Holy Grail contour products. The Laguna Beach ColourPop bronzer stick and the Essence Contour Duo. I mean, these would probably be something I would wear every single day if I'm not trying new things. And then of course the blush combination, which is the Juvia's Place Blush Lighter in Blushed Lily, and then the Milani Baked Blushes in Dulce Pink. So those are the two things I have on my cheeks, which I am loving, loving, loving. That might become a new spring go-to for my cheeks. Loving that combination. So, oh, the eyebrows. I really like this. I mean, it definitely did darken up my brows. I was afraid the lighter colors of these were so much warmer. So I'm going to play with this some more, see how it works. But so far I'm impressed. It's creamy. The hold on the eyebrows is okay. They're not crunchy or sticky. So yes, good product. Yes, gonna play with some more, and I will give you my final thoughts either in a short or in my quarterly reviews. And so I think that is it. Oh, of course, the eyeshadow palette. I will have to say it does look nice. I don't think it's my prettiest eyeshadow look. I'm probably more disappointed with the eyeshadow colors, the way they looked out on the outside of the box versus what they actually are in the pan was fairly disappointing. I wasn't super confident with the blend. I don't know that I would probably use this too much again. I may give this as a eyeshadow palette that's like right up my daughter's alley. She likes those more neutral colors, so I might just give this to her and see if she wants to play with it some more and see if she likes it. I mean, it gave a pretty eye look. It just wasn't. I've got some other ColourPop palettes that I love more, that give more dramatic looks, and this is just a little more on the subtle side for me. So that's it. Let me go ahead and put on the last Morphe product, which is this, wow. This DripGlass by Morphe. I like that sparkly lip. This does not feel like it has any glitter. It definitely has a glittery effect, but it does not have, it does not feel gritty on the lips at all. Not sticky. Oh, I'm impressed. I like this so far. We'll see. Obviously, it's lip gloss. It's not going to last a ton of time. I also have the Sephora collection ones that I love. They're called Gloss. And then of course, so when I want that kind of sparkly lip, I go to those products as well. So here is my beauty story for today. So what do you think? Do you think you would pick up any of these products? I'm definitely impressed by a few of these products, and so I'm excited to try them some more, see how they work, see how they wear, see how they hold up. So with that, so overall, pretty excited about all of these products, especially the new ones, first impressions. I'm really liking and enjoying. Of course, I love my Holy Grails that I use quite often. Only one disappointment. So overall, really, I think a great makeup try on and a great beauty story for today. And so here is the final look. Remember, you get to choose every day to dress with purpose.